Namaste to each and every one of you. Salutations. I hope to pray that everything has been quite positive and balancing itself, aligned in center of our walk within the infinite universe within itself. This video, I wanted to basically keep it as short as possible. The intention of this video is, as the title states, that this is a simple video, so of course you know. Basically, I wanted to create this video as a personal outreach, as an extension of arms, if you could say, in that perspective, towards my personal message to everyone who had or will have attended the Phoenix, Arizona Comic Convention for 2016. And with this being said, on the behalf of both my wife, including myself, we both will be present, as well as we will be attending the convention as of Saturday, June 4th, 2016. I very much, well, I should rather say we very much are ecstatic to meeting officially to those whom, in regard to, we have never met officially before in person, as well as familiar faces as well. And keeping this a one-shot take video all the way through, I wanted to say, on behalf of the both of us, thank you so very much, everyone, for all the positive support, for all that, for believing in us and providing an open arms of welcome into the journey of consciousness of this mortal human existence. And as imperfect as mortality might be, in everything that we ultimately do in life, we need to have this connectedness, we need to have this embrace and equilateral effect upon one another, and a positive perspective and a positive influence and insight for everything we do in life, and to do all the best that we possibly could in everything that we do. And life itself is not a joke. Life itself is established and developed in so many obstacles, so many sufferings and hardships. It's just variations of many different negative contributions or attributing factors into running nose, a negative scope of perspective and influences that is derived from all variations of angles of light together. It collides itself as this one entity. This anomaly is so unexplainable of how surreal or phenomenal that we personally feel ourselves in regards to of all the positive support, and for believing in us furthermore, and simply for not surrendering on our behalf. There are so many judgmental human beings in today's modern infrastructure and the architecture and development of modern society, or the modern world. And the most important thing is to always focus upon the positives and never so much in negative influences. If you focus so much on your jealousy or envy of someone else, and you get caught up in a whirlwind, in a cesspool of drama, it's ultimately proven to be unnecessary. So my underlining important message for everyone that attends Comicon is to not get caught up in a drama, well, at least I should say, you should remain who you are as an individual, to embrace your individuality, and to simply accept yourself for who and what you are, regardless of the acclaims, judgments, or other negative afflictions of their perspectives or inwards or their outwards perceptions held over or above you. It's not worth it in the end. So I hope each and every one of you are having a wonderful and successful time in the company of spending time within the collectives of the comic culture. And most importantly, You know, I've always had a philosophy that I lived in accordance by, which was simply put to be, well, of course, I already expressed that perspective, you know, to be your own individual, embrace yourselves as well as embrace others. Eventually, we have to come back down to reality, and the reality of the system of life itself, of human coexistence, is just that word exactly, coexistence. Of how are we able to farther promote a message of prosperity, of liberty, of life, of ultimate, supreme happiness, a fulfilled journey through everything that we do in life. And not only do we have to encompass or embody ourselves, we have to include others within this life as well with it. And we cannot go through all throughout life seeking out promotions of ourselves, or at least well, basically what I'm saying is we cannot be self-indulgent and inwards internally into our own negative afflictions, and we need to always remind ourselves to be content and humble, that should we always include others before ourselves. And our philosophy is quite simple. Our aspiration, our goal in mind is to reach a common goal where we would surface our visions to ultimately change the world itself and change the world altogether through planting the seeds of positive insight, of knowledge, of inspiration, of influence, of a greater sense of balance and harmony. And through this we are able to truly craft the world into our own image of how we could achieve the unattainable, which the unattainable is not impossible, it is only inevitable. It is possible. Anything is possible as long as you put your mind into everything that you do. You devote all your passion and fire into it, the intensity of your passion into it. And this is precisely what Jen and I do for virtually everything that we do in life. So this is what our passion of fire is. We intend to change the world. We intend to share a positive insight within the world itself. And it's not so much for gaining popularity or fame, glory, public relations of any kind, attention of any kind. This is 100%, well, I should say 1,000% legitimate, and we are genuine article to the core. And there's nothing artificial that courses through my blood, my veins, and my bones within the contents of this human body of mine, or of ours. And our message is quite clear. It's always been clear, which is obviously to inspire the world, and that's really about it. And also to educate everyone the vitality, the importance of totality within cultures, and how important cultures truly are, how they manifest ourselves, how they shape our reality, as well as how art, culture, and everything positive, all the positive energies in the world is very much vital. It is very much important and significant and relevant as a part of our human fractional lives. And we only live for such a short time in this world. And I work so hard, I devote all my passionate fire into everything that we do, into ensuring that we ourselves are able to, obviously, promote a positive message. And I want to change the world. I want to see, I am a visionary myself, ourselves, and we want to see the world to change for the positive, as does all people. Well, the majority of, for those who are reasonable or logical enough or sensible enough to, or who are also realists, such as ourselves, to wanting to accomplish, to see that common goal become a reality, to rise to the surface. And together, we rise. Above our obstacles, we rise above everything in life in itself. And of course, while the comic books and conventions or otherwise are quite the important factor in cultures and shaping our reality, as I said before, like I said before, we eventually have to come back down to the core fundamentals of understanding of how we could greater ourselves, how not to just include ourselves in everything we do, but also to consider the world or others before ourselves. And that is a true noble act of selflessness that not enough of us as mortals, that human beings, practice upon each day of our life. And I wanted to create this video as a way of saying we will see each and every one of you, hopefully as much of you as possible for tomorrow for comic convention. We were not able to attend all 4 days, considering that we've been busy with our work and among so many other things as well. Needless to say, I hope everyone is having a great time. So God bless each and every one of you. Namaste.